Marshmallow Fanboy, back with another action figure review, this time of Hordak Deluxe from Princess of Power, but really from Masterverse. And if the package looks a little weird to you, it's because this little pop, the thing on top keeps popping up. I think that's why the comic book store was getting rid of it for $15. I've seen this at other comic book stores for full retail, hanging on the pegs, with this thing just wide open. It wasn't sealed down very well. It wasn't really made for the long run. So hopefully, if you manage to get it maybe graded, it might have already popped open by now. I don't know. But it's not good packaging. But I thought for $15, it's mine. So I'm going to open this up, and I put some polyurethane down here, and I put some lights underneath. I made it extra spooky just for this Halloween edition. So first, let's, this is hanging wide open. The first thing I did was kind of take a little bit of inventory to see if I felt like everything was there, and I did. It's got the 40th anniversary logo there, which is really cool. It's got, turn it to the back here. I think what I like is, I love the art. I wish that there was kind of a cut-outable part that was sort of equal to some of the other Masterverse figures. But it has the other figures that were kind of in the wave. I got She-Ra, and I didn't get Zodiac or this version of He-Man or Skeletor. I did get Catra, so that's cool. You can't see that. That's out of the shot. But that's the packaging down there. That's kind of the nice thing about Masterverse, is they're trying to show you what else is out so that you can look for that as well. So that's how he looks in the package, and frankly, I mean, the package is already open, but let's get it further open. Let's take a closer look at Hordak. Actually, while we're on Hordak, you know what would go great with Hordak? Couple of Horde Troopers. That's right, they're from the Masters of the Universe Origins line, but there are no Masterverse Horde Troopers as of when I'm recording this in July of 2023. So I am going to open some evil Horde Troopers to flank the clearly going to be taller Hordak. It's going to be hilarious. I'll be right back. Alright, now that these spooky Halloween ghouls are out of their packages. Sorry, I tried. I was going to throw the polyurethane back in to make kind of fog like I did at the beginning, and then I thought, there's a lot of accessories. I don't want them to get lost. And so what we got is Deluxe Hordak from the Masterverse line from Princess of Power, and 2 Horde Troopers from Masters of the Universe Origins, which was sort of a reimagining of the original line. So first I'm going to go over the Horde Troopers. They're small. They're much smaller than Hordak. So I put them sort of elevated in the doorway behind him, because I thought, well, I can get them off the ground at least. So they came with the comic book for Sunman. And I dropped that. Let me get that. Okay. Sunman Rises. So you get a comic book about Sunman. Sunman, I think, is part of this wave. Actually, all the figures that are in here, like Clawful and Anti-He-Man and things like that, the pattern seems to be is that the figures that are in this wave are in the comic book. So you get Sunman, and then you get Sunman the last 2 pages as the hero and leading the at least He-Man here, if not the rest of the Masters of the Universe. And yes, I was right. Okay, these are these 2 are always in there, He-Man and Skeletor. I don't know if they're always re-released and everything, but this is new for 2022, which is how long it's been since I've opened it. It's now July of 2023 when I'm recording this. So it's been maybe a year since the Horde Troopers came out, and I haven't opened them. I also like to cut out the back card. One of the advantages to buying at Big Bad Toy Store is the unpunched card. The unpunched card here I get to cut that off and I get to keep that. And you can see if I hold it right, that the figures in it that are most prominent are like stickers, kind of. They're glossy. The rest of the background is flat, but the Horde Troopers here in He-Man are shiny. It's a really cool kind of gloss hit on those figures. Then you get kind of instructions on the special thing that he does. You press the Horde symbol on the chest, the armor busts off, and then you can put the armor back into place, which is a very cool feature. We'll check that out. And then there was a little bit of a little note thing that came with it that said, hey, these are the removable parts, which is kind of cool. I guess it's more of a kind of a warning, like, hey man, these parts come off, so, you know, be careful. Or maybe it's so that if you're a customizer, you can sort of put a few of them together. So let's grab the Horde Trooper from right behind him a little bit. And let's check him out, take a closer look at that. The nice thing about the remastered Masters of the Universe Origins figures is the articulation. Let's go through it. Let's go through what it is. First, the generic weapon, which they all have some one-colored generic weapon, including He-Man. The Sword of Power is one color. And of course, I'm going through the accessories on one Horde Trooper. The Horde Troopers each came with the file card because it was on the package. They each came with the comic book and the instructions and the insert on what the removable parts were. So let's start. Whoop, I accidentally popped the armor off. Let's start with the head. So you get up and down for the head. Side to side for the head. I won't move the arms too far up. The armor keeps popping off when I get too far. When the armor is off, there's just a little section on the inside, so the arms move a lot, but then the armor is completely off. So like this, and then you can kind of move the arms in crazy directions. Weird blood and guts or something. It's weird. So there's a waist swivel here. There is a elbow swivel. Wrist hinge, wrist swivel, ball joint legs, knee joint, knee swivel. There it is, knee swivel, boot swivel, ankle hinge. I know you can't see that, but that is an ankle rocker. And like I said, I will now demonstrate the action feature of the Horde Trooper, which is you hit the center button and the armor just sort of pops off. And then it leaves this weird thingy in between. It's weird. But these two parts have to kind of line up to put the armor together. And the armor sort of comes apart even if you put a little bit of pressure on it. So watch that. And that is the Horde Trooper. Now let's check out Hordak, starting with his accessories. He's got the cool shield. It's a huge shield. Big shield, nice details. Of course, one color, as always. It would have been nice to hit this with maybe a couple different reds. Something to really make it stand out. He's got a blast effect on the arm cannon, but he has a regular arm that he could use, and that one comes with sort of a trigger hand, and it comes with a holding hand, but it also comes with this claw hand. And of course there is a crossbow just like the original, and I think that clips right onto his arm. And it does, it clips right to the gauntlet on his arm. I've been having some problem with this arm. This arm doesn't stay on very well, which is lucky I have another arm that I can use if this goes sideways on me. But let's take a closer look at Hordak. He has a cool cloth cape. Oh, that's gone. He has a cool cloth cape. I told you. And then he has this. This is a separate piece. I won't take it off. Maybe I'll... No, I'm not going to take it off. But the cape sort of lays right underneath it, so it doesn't really interrupt anything, but it's definitely separate. And this comes apart here. You can see the clasps on the side. You can see the clasp on the side here, and the clasp on the side here. You take the clasps off, and the center armor would come off. Okay, I put his regular arm on. His regular arm doesn't stay on very well either. I felt it click in, and then a second later, when I was flexing it back down, it popped right back out. So I don't know if that's with all Hordak figures or just this Hordak figure, but that arm is kind of a pain. Just can't put too much torque on it. So like I said, cloth cape. Let's go through the articulation. His head goes up a little, but goes instantly back down. Sort of this is in the way and everything. You could probably take this off and maybe it would improve that. He gets a distinct amount of down. No side to side. Good wingspan. His arms go out to about there. He has bands over the biceps, so it's hard to see the swivel. But there it is. Bicep swivel. Double elbows, but they only go to about there because of the sculpting on the muscles. Wrist hinge. Wrist swivel. Waist swivel. Ball jointed legs. Thigh swivel. Double knees. Boot swivel. Really nice detail on the boots. It's flat black until you get to the Hordak logo, the kind of the bat, and then that's shiny right on the boot. That is really cool. I don't know if you can see that, the difference between the paints there. And of course the top of the boots are like chains, like barbed wire. That's really cool. Ankle hinge. And ankle rocker. And that is Hordak from the Masterverse and Horde Troopers from Origins. I hope you had fun, and I hope you have a fun and safe Halloween. Whatever you're doing, do it safely, and get back in one piece. So until next time, enjoy your toys.